All right, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. Sitting here with me now Michael Bogart, 21st Century Faith. How's it going, buddy?
Good to see you, Chuck.
Nice to see you. What's the subject there that you want to talk about this week?
I thought we'd change the pace a little bit and talk about online education and how that's really growing these days.
There's all kinds of online education growing, Mike.
Well, I do know that the internet provides all kinds of stuff out there. But in terms of the field of education, the growing area seems to be with online classes or blended classes.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be people go on the internet for their school, and people would think that that's an easy one. That's not a real degree.
That's what it used to be. But I guess a lot of people don't know this. But
how do you keep them honest?
Well, there are ways of planning class materials so that, in fact, for example, I teach online for West Hills College. I teach face-to-face and I teach online. I have to give my tests online. And obviously, they're going to look in the textbook, and they're going to look at Google, and they're going to look at Wikipedia.
Is there a time limit?
That's what keeps people honest, is the time limit. They have to be able to at least access the information quickly or know it right off the top of their head. Otherwise, they just totally go over the time limit.
The quick cheater wins.
Well, unfortunately that can be the case, but really we found that online education has really cleaned up its act, and there's a lot to be said for it.
Well, people are spending time online a lot more than when it first started, so of course it's going to be more important now.
Well, I'm thinking about, even in my own case, I'm getting a doctorate at the moment from Liberty University.
In Virginia? In
Virginia, yeah. But I don't spend much time in Virginia. I've only been back there twice and took 3 classes.
Be careful.
What's that?
Oh, in Virginia. It snows there.
Well, yeah, this time of year it does. Yeah. But the online degree is totally possible now because online education has made such tremendous advances over the years. And I mean, 20 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to get any kind of decent degree online, but now...
you have a dial tone.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I do remember that. But nowadays, with Blackboard and so many other learning management systems, they really do have their act together, and it's really kind of an innovation. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, and some of the innovations that we who train Christian leaders, and that's why I'm getting my doctorate, is to know how to do that better. The real growth in the developing world for training Christian leaders is not going to be to plant more schools, and like I made 25 trips teaching in the Congo and in South Africa and Haiti, places like that. That's not the growth area. The growth area is to use mobile devices, tablets. Because
they don't have those mobile devices down there.
They are getting mobile devices.
I know they are, but they don't have them.
They didn't have them.
They didn't have them.
For example,
they have them now.
When I was in the Congo in 2003, I was appalled. So many people don't have money, but they had cell phones. The reason they had cell phones is because the South...
Obama!
Well, the South African phone company, Vodacom, gives you a cell phone, and then you pay for the minutes. And so the real, I think, growth in training in those areas is going to be through actually using mobile devices like cell phones, smartphones, tablets. There are not so many tablets in those areas, but the smartphones, and some computers to increase what we're able to do. And so that's a very exciting thing for people like me.
Some people in the Christian world used to look down on the internet.
Well, like it or not, it's here. It ain't going away, so to speak. So we might as well use it for what it's good for, which is...
Do you guys believe that Al Gore made the internet?
Honestly, I have no opinion about that. I have no idea whether he did or not.
He did. Okay, now your videos, your 45-minute Bible.
Right.
Are people buying it?
People love, well, some people like my 45-minute Bible video because what it does is it gives the Bible, an overview of the Bible in a very short amount of time, and it sort of helps people connect the dots. I mean, they know the Noah story that you brought up. They know about Moses. They know about, King David, and they know about Paul. How do they all fit together and interrelate? That's what my video is good for. Obviously, you don't get the depth and the detail that some people want.
Is this a good way to introduce children to the Bible?
I think so, although, I mean, you know, really what I did was more for high schoolers and above, but I think children
Cram
could benefit
courses.
from it. Yeah. And my nephew was the videographer and the graphic designer, so he puts a lot of cool graphics and, you know, visuals in there. So I think it's pretty good.
What about the Understanding Islam?
Understanding Islam, again, what I think I'm good for is the overview. So again, if you don't know anything about Islam, and I've taught world religion for many years, if you don't know anything about Islam, a good overview is to start with something like my video, Understanding Islam. It gives you the high points, the main ideas, and then you can kind of go from there.
Who should be buying those videos?
Well, I would say school teachers, people who want to know more about the issue. Politicians should buy my videos to understand you know, just the basics about Islam. For example, I met with the head chaplain of the state of California, the head National Guard chaplain up in Sacramento. He said basically every troop that deploys with the California National Guard should have my video on Islam before they get over to Afghanistan or wherever they're going in the Muslim, you know, basically the Muslim world. So he forwarded it on to the Pentagon. I never heard back from the Pentagon.
What about Understanding the Mormons?
Well, Mormonism is another one that people ask about a lot. And I made that video. That was when I checked out with BYU. My counterpart at BYU, who's a Mormon, I said, "Would you mind watching this and telling me if I'm off track?" He had the nicest email back to me and said, "You know what? This is pretty fair. In fact, you were actually kind of nicer to us than we deserve." And I thought, well, I guess that's a pretty good testimonial. So anyway, yeah, I think they're fair. I think that people understand that they're accurate, fair, and they're user friendly.
Right. Mindcuisine.com. That's your website right there. That's where people can find all these DVDs.
Right. Mindcuisine.com, and look under the products tab, and they're all for sale right there. So.
What are they running?
Right now we're doing a special for, I believe it's $10 a piece.
Oh, there you go, right there.
Yep.
Hey, this is Michael Bogart. He teaches out at West Hills College. He's here every week with me. 21st Century Faith and mindcuisine.com. Michael, thanks for coming by. Always
Excellent,
good to see you, bud.
Good to see you, Chuck.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stick around.